Want to know what this flightless bird, kiwi fruit, and World War II have in common? You're going to learn that and more in this episode of What Am I Even Eating? Kiwi fruit, or kiwi for short, is native to eastern China, where the egg-shaped, fuzzy fruit that kind of looks like balls is called
猕猴桃.
Mary Isabel Fraser brought kiwi fruit to New Zealand in 1904, where they were referred to as Chinese gooseberries. Mary was a badass. Not only did this lifelong advocate for educating girls actually start global kiwi production, she also was the college principal. This is 1904, people. Women in the US couldn't even vote until like 1920. Seeds were planted in 1906. The first fruiting happened in 1910, and by 1924, not only could women finally vote, but the kiwi that you've come to love was born. This Hayward cultivar was named after its creator, Hayward Wright. Just like Hass avocados are named after Rudolph Hass, the California postal worker who first grew them in his backyard. Most US kiwis are Haywards, and 98% of US grown fruit hails from right here in the Golden State. California first experimented with kiwi fruit in 1934 when the USDA first grew vines at their plant introduction station in Chico, California. The plants can be either male or female, and they can take up to 7 years to reveal their sex. Worst gender reveal party ever. So the plants are propagated asexually by grafting fruit-bearing vines onto rootstock that's been grown from seedlings. And the vines can produce fruit for 40 years or longer. So what made kiwi fruit go viral? American military, stationed in New Zealand during World War II, loved these gnad-like berries. And just like that, they were coming to America. In fact, if you take a kiwi fruit and hold it up to your ear closely, you can hear Neil Diamond. Just kidding. By the 1950s, kiwi fruit was a hit. And by the 70s, New Zealand was exporting more kiwi fruit than they actually consumed domestically. But kiwi fruit had one major problem: the name. It was the 1950s, the era of drive-in movies, poodle skirts, soda fountains, and Elvis. Back when racism was less of a political platform and more of an inner dialogue. For it was the Cold War, and frankly, the name Chinese gooseberry had major commie vibes. So New Zealand farmers renamed the fruit. They named it after the flightless bird endemic to the area, the kiwi. Globally, over 4 million tons of kiwi fruit are harvested every year, with 50,000 tons coming from California alone. We do grow over 50% of the nation's fresh produce, so maybe tell a Republican. And while Haywards are the most common variety grown here, there's also mega kiwis and golden kiwis. Haywards have that iconic fuzzy brown skin with that bright green flesh and those black seeds. In fact, the fruit has more vitamin C than an orange, ounce for ounce, and as much potassium as a banana. And every part of the kiwi is edible. Yes, even the skin. Can't bring yourself to eat the skin? No worries. When you peel kiwi fruit, keep it. Put it in a bag, put it in the freezer, add it to your next smoothie. And not all kiwi fruit looks like balls. They vary in fuzziness and size and color, just like balls. From round, smooth, and yellow to fuzzy, brown, and a little awkward, there are over 50 different kiwi species. For example, golden kiwi. They're thin-skinned with a orange-colored flesh. So how does this delicious berry get from Golden State farmers to you? US-grown kiwis come from California's temperate River Valley area, with Sacramento and the San Joaquin Valley areas being the largest producers. Basically, kiwis grow well where peaches grow well. And here's the thing, they grow just like grapes, only much, much bigger. Just like dudes at a movie theater, they do not like to sit together, like no homo and all that. One male vine is planted for every 8 female vines to ensure proper production. The males make the pollen, the female vines bear the fruit, and some bees for hire help them get jiggy with it. The vines first start producing leaves in March, and by May, they're flowering. First sign of fruit happens in summer, and by October, farm workers begin harvesting, and they do so through November. This is skilled labor. The farm workers go under the vines and by hand, very carefully, snap the stem away from the vine. The farm workers then carefully place that picked fruit in a cloth sling. It's kind of like a marsupial pouch for farm workers. The fruit is then transferred into bins, where it's then loaded onto tractors and then into trucks. And from there, the fruit goes from the farm to the packing facility. It's then inspected for quality, where it's graded based on its shape, size, and its weight. And then from there, it's onto your produce aisle. And when properly chilled, kiwi fruit can keep for months. So check out my video on how to buy and store kiwi fruit, because 40% of the food that's grown in America goes straight to the landfill. That's literally 1 in 4 bags of groceries that are purchased just tossed in the bin. Let's put that in perspective. Farming 1 acre of kiwi fruit takes 10,000 gallons of water a day. We farm 7,000 acres here in California every year. Just another reason to eat those peels. And it's not just water. Food waste accounts for 8% of greenhouse gases globally. So climate change and other fake news. And that's how kiwi fruit went from China to California to you.